Hey guys, how you doing? Mark Graham here, and today this is gonna be the start of something really big. And you're going to want to listen to this podcast today because I'm gonna talk to you about what most people need in order to make money online. And it isn't that difficult. As a matter of fact, it's pretty easy. So let's get started. All right, guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about the things, the methods, the skills, whatever you want to call them, to find online success. And, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not hard. It's not hard to make money online, but there are a few key things that you need to know or that you need to keep in mind when you're developing your business or when you're developing a marketing campaign, whatever that may be. Okay, so the very first thing that you need to do or need to remember is that you're dealing with people. And that includes yourself sometimes as well. But you want to keep guard from interjecting too much of your own personal wants, needs, etc., into the process. And that's not to say that you don't want to set your own goals or that you want to establish a standard that you're going to follow, that you're going to proceed with, or whatever. But what it does mean is, rather than look at things from an emotional point of view and look at things in terms of what you think would be really great and hot and whatever for the market, you really need to look at the data, and you need to let the data suggest where you make your next moves and you make your next decisions. Okay, and the reason why is because of this. You're going to try and sell a product, service, or a program of some type, but basically it just comes down to a product. Whether it's a service or an actual physical product doesn't matter. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. But you are trying to sell a product to an audience. Well, that brings up the very first question. Which audience are you going to be focusing on? Okay, so that's the very first thing that you need to do. You need to identify your audience. Okay? The second thing you need to do is once you've defined that audience, found that audience, and we can show you exactly how to do that if you're worried about that. Because I know when somebody tells you, hey, you need to define your audience, you need to find your target market, you're sitting there thinking, okay, that's awesome. How do I do that? Well, there are some very simple methods that we use to show you how to do it. And then, once again, it's very simple. It's not that hard to do. We are going to focus on the work-from-home niche. And whenever you do that, it basically opens up a lot. That's actually a pretty broad term, believe it or not, because there are many different reasons why people want to work from home. Some people just want to supplement their income enough so that they can stay at home, maybe with their kids, or maybe they're just tired of working. Maybe they're close to retirement or have actually already retired and realize that their retirement income needs to be supplemented. Or you can go to the other end of the spectrum, where there are people that are serious about building wealth, and they really want to go out there and build wealth. They want to use the internet as one of the vehicles, at least, to start to develop that wealth. And so that audience is pretty wide. And I don't necessarily advise really focusing it down to an extreme point, and there are a lot of people do, and there are a lot of people that find success with it. There are a lot of people that find success with, work from home moms or work from home dads, or I guess we could just say parents, people that want to stay home and raise their children. You could probably find some hermits, that just want to have enough income to be able to buy things, but they are introverts and they want to stay as far removed from the public sector as they can. Maybe they're off the grid, or maybe they're traveling around in a camper of some type. Whatever it may be, you don't necessarily have to focus everything down, at a microscopic level. Okay, but what you do want to do is you want to make sure that you have some things in place here for your group. People that want to stay home and generate an income, or generate an income from home. That may be a better way to say it, because there's a lot of people out there that are still working but are still trying to create something from home to supplement their income or replace their income or whatever. So people that want to work from home, okay, obviously, and people that are going to put forth the effort. So you're also going to have to find that within that group, that target audience that you're developing, as far as the data that you're developing, you want to find people that are actually going to get involved. That they're going to be able to get involved. Let's say that. Whether or not they do or not, that's not your choice. That's theirs. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's a pretty simple opportunity for them, that they can financially, that they can manage it. And we're looking at this from a global perspective too, not just in the U.S. or not just in Europe or whatever, but a global perspective in terms of being able to afford the program, affordability. So you want to keep things, for my group, I'm going to keep things relatively, for this initial market, I'm going to keep things relatively inexpensive. And because a lot of people are coming on, they're trying to learn how to do this process. And you also want to teach them to spend their money in the right places. So spending money on the program isn't necessarily that important. Okay, so you want to try and keep your program at a minimum level. Once you've brought people in and you have taught them how to do certain things, and you've taught them how to build up a team, or you have shown them how to successfully advertise a product or whatever, man, go forth then. Create another group over there of your big ticket program and market that big ticket program to that group, because they're going to be more receptive, because they're going to understand the process now. And they're going to understand, hey, you know what? This is true. I can get out here and I can sell a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 product or more. And they understand how everything works. But in the beginning, they're going to be a little bit reserved about it. A lot of people are skeptical. They don't want to spend a lot of money on this stuff. Hell, they don't even want to blow $20. So there are things that you need to look at there, and you need to always put yourself in their shoes. But with that being said, and I went way over what I should have, and it's my issue is I like to teach, so I'm going to keep talking and whatnot, and which is probably pretty good on a podcast. But with that said, there are some other things that you need to do. So once you've developed this target audience, what do you want to do next? Well, you either want to have a product that's already developed that target audience is looking for, or you want to develop one. Now, in the beginning, if you're a newbie to the internet world, to online marketing, I would suggest that you go with a proven product, that you go with a proven business opportunity, whatever it may be. Something that's inexpensive, something that you can scale up later on. But for now, just make sure that you're going to go ahead and be in a position to offer something up, and it's going to be something that these folks want. So we also will teach you how to do that at the Elite Marketing Systems Group. That's how to attract these people, still into attraction marketing, also into creating some advertising, and I'll get into that in a minute. But basically, you want to have that piece of cheese that mouse wants, okay, and that's the best way to do it. And so that may be a good analogy. Whenever you're trying to catch a mouse in a mousetrap, sometimes the cheese doesn't work. Sometimes the peanut butter doesn't work. Throw out some chocolate every once in a while. That works as well. And there are some of these mice can escape from the cheese. They can escape from the chocolate. They can escape, and you have to find out what works. But basically, if you've got an audience of people here that are looking to generate income from home, they're wanting to do something pretty simple, not complicated, something that they can learn. The learning curve is very short, and the price isn't going to hinder them too much. I think that's a very good start, and that's one of the reasons why whenever I teach these methods of marketing online, that I use a specific program, because that program pretty much fills all those needs. So with that said, once you have this product, then it's time to market it. Okay, and we're going to show you, and what you need to learn how to do is you need to market it to your audience, okay, through advertising, through content creation. Maybe you want to create some videos, but I'm telling you right now, one of the things that I like to do is I always like to make sure that I am spending, that my ad spend is getting me the best bang for the buck. And so I'll put out some solo ads, but it is from people that I have used before, that I've already vetted, that send me quality prospects, so that these people are so that I'm not wasting my money, I'm not wasting my time, and they're not wasting their time either, and that everything's legitimate. So I do a lot of Facebook ads. I used to do a lot more, and I also do some solo advertising. And then on the free side of things, I do a lot of videos. Used to do a lot more. About to ramp up and start doing a ton of videos. And every once in a while, I will promote those videos because it's so inexpensive to do. And that's the other thing. You don't have to come in here with a $10,000 marketing budget or advertising budget. You can actually find out what works for $5 to $10 a day. And then obviously once something really works, you're going to put some more money into it and some more effort into it and go from there. But you do not have to bankrupt yourself trying to do that. And that's one of my criticisms of network marketing is you've got so many network marketing companies out there, and good companies, but they're pushing this whole idea where, hey, you need to buy the super duper sales kit, where you could actually get involved in the company for $25, but they're trying to sell you something, they're trying to promote a $6,000 to $1,000 kit for you to get out there and start with, and that's just not necessary. Excuse me. And so then they always want to put you on auto ship. And so every month you're thinking about that auto ship price, $150, $200, whatever it may be. And I would rather see you put that money back into your advertising until you get to a point where you're able to put even more money into it and starting to see some results. You shouldn't be, funding your business in terms of the business program itself. Shouldn't be one of those issues that you're dealing with. You should actually be in a position where you can go out there and fund your program, I guess, basically with just the minimum amount as possible so that you can put your money back into your ad spend and whatnot. Now, can you do all this for free? Absolutely. You can do it for free. We call it free because it doesn't cost you any money. But I assure you, the freer something is, the more you're going to spend your personal time doing it, whether it's article marketing, whether it's blogging. Doesn't matter. You have to put a lot of effort there, create a ton of videos, get them all out there, spend all the energy and effort to get them out there on the internet, get them out there on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be. You're going to spend a lot more time doing that when you could spend $5 and get put your ad out there and have people respond to that. So, but you need to have that system in place. Whenever you have people starting come to your site, well, that's the deal. You need to have a site for them to come to. Okay, so I always recommend that you set up an opt-in page. That you set up some type of information page with the ability to opt into that page, and then maybe go to a video which explains your program, which explains your opportunity in detail. A lot of times that you can use a company produced video that will do a very good job of explaining your opportunity. You can use maybe a webinar that you have put on, you've presented, or some type of video or some type of audio which will explain your program in detail. And I always recommend the video over the audio because people are just more interested in the visual audio rather than just the audio. They're more receptive and they remember a lot longer. And so that's just something to keep in mind. And one of the things that I do with my group is I will do a lot of producing of these videos and, myself, and then I'll just share the videos with whomever wants to use them. If you want to make your own, hey, that's up to you. What I suggest is you do both. You figure out which one works best for you and then go with that. And that's the other thing is you want to make sure that you have the support that you need, the information that you need, the tools that you need, the whole 9 yards. That's what we're all about with the Elite Marketing Systems Group. That is how you're going to get going. If you're brand new, you can get out here. You can learn exactly what it is that we teach, and we do it with a business opportunity. So there's no fee for the training necessarily. There's no fee for access to all the information. The cost is the business itself. There's a standard basic membership, cost $11.50 per month. Okay, now you're getting thousands of dollars worth of information that I could package and probably sell for $500 to $2,500, but you're going to get that for $11.50 a month with the opportunity to start generating income yourself. So you get all that for $11.50 a month, basic membership. Now there's a professional membership. I believe it's $21 a month. And I would recommend that just because you get a little bit more bang for your buck in terms of generating income, but it's not necessary. Okay, so that's how I fund this. That's how I am able to go out here and do it. And when I say do it, I mean teach people how to do this stuff. And so, yeah, while the information that I'm putting out there is free, I'm also doing this information to people that are on a team, and that's really what's really important to me, is to making sure that we're all on a team, that we all have that access to all that information, that we also have the ability to start generating money immediately. And that's what we want to show you how to do. And it's a great system because the way I really generate income is by serving people, and showing them exactly how to do this. Because of the way the compensation program is set up, I will be rewarded through my efforts of teaching you how to do this. So, with that said, I'm going to throw some links in here on this video, or on this podcast rather, and I'll probably turn it into a little bit of a video. But I'm going to put some links down here at the bottom, whether it's on the Elite Marketing Systems Group blog page, or on YouTube, on our channel, whatever it may be, so that you can go ahead, grab that link, go to the site, check everything out, sign up, do whatever you need to do, and let's get started, guys, because ultimately, if you're going to have something big, you're going to have to start out at some point. You're going to have a starting point, and what I would say is the best thing for you to do today is to go out there, look at the information, see what we're putting out there, see if it resonates with you, and if it does, by all means, take action, get started. If you want to call, give me a phone call, send me an email, whatever it may be, and guys, we'll get going from there. And I'm just so excited because this is something that I've been working on for some time. I've had a lot of failures with this in terms of how I was going to set everything up, and I finally kind of come to a point where I think we've got it down to where we can make it all happen. So, guys, with that said, take care, have a great day, and remember, as always, I will see you at the top.